97.3,
Yeah.
proper busy.
It is proper busy indeed, my friend. Doing mystery there, not the actor. That would be foolish. Hats off to Anna Rayburn. And it's good to be back. I bunked off on Friday. Just sometimes it's like, why bother coming in? It's Friday, let's start the weekend a day early. I've received over 100 emails from people who didn't realise it was like a compilation show. Nice to meet you. Didn't realise it was over 100 emails. Yeah, Ian, my entry for my film that is suitable for ladies and fellows to watch. Thank you, but for not realising I was not here. Much appreciated. If you did email in or call in, apparently the switchboard on Friday was busier than it's ever been. This is what I'm hearing from Helen Behind the Glass and Agent Chris. Busier than it's ever been. And that's when I wasn't here to do the show. It kind of makes you think, why bother? Why? There must be enough words that I've said on a computer somewhere to kind of fake a show. You know, it can all be done by a computer now, surely. And I'm sure a lot of you listeners would appreciate that as well. But it's not happening today. I'm actually here. I'm proving it by knocking on the table. Well, here's Edwina in the High Wycombe. Hello, Edwina.
Hello, Ian.
Hey, how are you?
I'm sick with a cold.
You're thick?
Yeah, I'm fed up. I got a cold, and I had the flu jab, so it doesn't go down very well.
A friend of mine had the flu jab, and when she went for the flu jab, the nurse said, right, one of three things will happen. Firstly, nothing may happen, and you'll be fine. Secondly, you might get a slight cold. Thirdly, you might get a really bad flu. Those odds aren't brilliant. That could happen anyway.
I know. So it seems like a waste of time.
It seems like a waste of time. Goddamn time. Darn it.
So I'm pretty fed up.
Oh, don't
But it's lovely to have you back today, Ian.
Did you phone in on Friday? Were you one of the suckers, that thought I was here on Friday and called in?
No, because Christian very clearly told us that you were not in.
He's got a strong Welsh accent, though. Maybe some Cockneys couldn't make out what he was saying.
And he did say, he did ask us not to call in.
Yes. More calls than we've ever had.
Really?
Unbelievable.
Really?
And I wasn't here.
But I did miss you.
Oh, I miss you too, Edwina. Although
I'm being nosy, actually.
Yes.
I'm trying to find out why you weren't in on Friday.
What business is it of yours, Edwina? What business is it of yours?
I think you like me, and I like you very much, so I think you would mind sharing that information with me.
I was at home on Friday, and I thought, do you know what? I haven't had a day off for about 2 weeks when I took another day off because I wasn't
You had a cold.
I had a cold.
Yeah.
And so on Friday I just thought, do you know what? Stuff London. Stuff the listener. Stuff Edwina. Stuff them all.
No.
I'm staying in and I'm playing Xbox 360.
No, I don't believe that, because you wouldn't think that of us.
Edwina, could you say hello to Val in the Docklands for me, Edwina?
Hello, Val in the Docklands.
Edwin, hello, sweetheart. I can't believe you're on already. What do you do?
What do you mean, what do I do?
Do you just listen to LBC, sweetheart?
I do listen to LBC, but I tell you why. I've had a kidney transplant, and in July I had an operation, and
now you've really made me feel terribly.
And so you should, Val. Shame on you, Val, for questioning Edwina, phoning up and listening. Shame on you.
Ian.
Val.
Listen, darling.
Yes.
Sycophantic sentence or two.
What?
Oh,
Edwina's still here. It's like I'm. You know when you're at a party and you're talking to someone, and then someone you don't want to talk to just barges in.
No,
That's happening now.
Yeah, listen, I want to say, why Ming, Mings and Mingus? It's chuffing Menzies, isn't it?
What?
I didn't understand
I didn't understand a word of that.
Ming, Mingus and Mingus.
Mingus, wasn't he a trumpet player in the 50s? Charlie Mingus? Oh, no, I'm thinking of something completely different.
Menzies Campbell, the Charlie Kennedy.
Val, are you talking politics? Are you talking politics to me, Val?
Yeah, and...
I have to cut you off. Edwina, we don't do politics here.
No, we don't do politics.
We don't do politics.
No, that's for Nick Ferrari.
We don't do duvets and we don't do politics.
That's right.
No.
So tell me, why were you not in on Friday?
Seriously, I just didn't fancy it. I didn't fancy it.
Well, I know the day before on Thursday you had a problem with your eyes.
Do you want to know the truth?
I want to know the truth.
I don't know if you heard last week. I called a listener, Perry, who called in. He was very angry. I called him. Can I say it again, Chris? I can say it because I'm explaining the situation. Say it one more time. I called him a dickhead.
He didn't.
Yes, that's the last time I can say this on the radio, and I can use it because I'm explaining the situation. I got suspended for a day.
He didn't.
Yeah. No. But I can't, Edwina, I'm going to have to cut you off because I can't really talk about it anymore. It's probably inappropriate to mention it. But I'm just being I don't believe in lying on the radio. I do believe in being honest. So there you go. 08709, and have I learnt my lesson. My wrist has been slapped good and hard. 08709090973 is the phone number. I do need your help on this, London. I think we need to get a campaign going. I had the misfortune of traipsing around London over the weekend. In the cold, in the wet, in the dark, in the damp. And I saw a sight that made me sad. It brought genuine tears to my eyes. Outside the spa, near where I live, were a group of young people, 14, they weren't any older than 15, drinking booze. Drinking booze in the cold and in the rain. And obviously breaking the law. I felt bad for them. I felt really bad for them. I think we should lower the drinking age to 13 and a half. Seriously, think about it. It's 18. Is it 18, 16? 18, isn't it, at the moment? Doesn't matter. When did you have your first drink? I had my first drink at 15. I was a late starter. We all know it happens. Kids are drinking at 13, 14. If we lower the drinking age to 13 and a half, and it would be us acting responsibly to do that. It's good for so many reasons. Here are my reasons. It would be great to have young people in pubs. Wouldn't it? Pubs these days, they're a bit boring. They're old men smoking their pipes, playing on the gamblers, listening to Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell. If we had some 13, 14-year-olds in the pubs, I can think of nothing more entertaining than watching a 14-year-old getting completely drunk. I can think of nothing better. It would reduce street violence. We wouldn't have young gangs out on the street, off their mash on tenants or whatever, being obnoxious and being violent and being aggressive. It would make older people feel safe on the street. You always hear old people phoning in to shows not dissimilar to this. I can't go out on the street because there's all these kids off their face on booze. If the kids were in the pubs, we could keep an eye on them. It would reduce the incidence of alcoholism because young people wouldn't start binge drinking. Wouldn't be binge drinking like they say in the Daily Mail. They'd binge drink a little bit for the first 6 months, year and a half, 2 years. They'd be binge drinking, but then they'd learn their limits. That's how I learnt my lesson when I was young. Was by getting completely off my mash, puking up, and getting told off by my mum. Didn't drink like that again. I learnt my lesson. No one could disagree. If you're a sensible, grown-up, responsible adult, you cannot disagree with me. We should reduce the legal age of drinking to 13 and a half. 13's too young. I'm not being crazy. I'm being sensible. 13 is too young. 14... 0870 9090 973. Surely the majority of London is going to agree with me. 18 is just too... It's too high. It's too high. Let's reduce it to 13 and a half. It can only benefit society. 0870 9090 973. You can email as well, Iain, IAIN, at lbc.co.uk, if you want to. Isabella's in the Battersea.
Hi there.
Hey, Isabella.
How you doing?
I'm fine, man. Peace. Peace, man. Peace.
Iain.
Woodstock, man.
I feel so sorry for you.
Why?
Because you sounded really dejected at the beginning.
Of the show?
Yeah.
I was a little bit dejected.
Oh, well, I care about you.
Oh, well, bless you, and I care about you. I felt bad that on Friday we had more phone calls than we've ever had, and I wasn't here.
No. Were you really... You were misbehaving, weren't you?
I got slapped wrist. I can't really talk... I've mentioned it once. I can't really mention again.
Can't you? Well, I do know why. Well, anyway, you must have been provoked, because if you're not usually like that, I mean, I've been listening to you off and on.
I am normally a delightful...
You're usually full of life. You do sometimes get off your head, but that's okay.
I get off my head? That's slanderous. I do not get off my head when I'm working, Isabella. Inappropriate.
I don't mean it like that.
No.
You do get, you know...
I'm normally quite spunky.
Yeah.
It's a phrase, you can say it's not a rude phrase.
No.
But yes, I wasn't very spunky at the start of the show, but I'm gradually getting full beans again.
Oh, good.
Isabella, you agree with me? You know common sense when you hear it. We should reduce the drinking age.
No, thanks.
13 and a half?
No.
Why not?
13 and a half. Please, I've got a daughter of 16 and a son of 18.
And they're boozing?
No.
Yes.
Well, the 18-year-old, yeah.
And you know Isabella, you know she is as well.
No, she's not.
Of course she is.
Of course she is.
Of course she's 16. When did you have your first drink?
About 16.
Oh, yeah. So she probably is, isn't she?
No, she's not. Not if I have anything to do with it.
Well, exactly, but that's it. You don't have anything to do with it. You're just her mum. And I mean, no disrespect, but my mum couldn't stop me drinking at 15.
Well, it depends. I suppose in a way it depends how you've been brought up. And
If we had a young person's, you have a smoking bar, you have a saloon. If we had a young person's bar in most pubs, 13 and a half, 14-year-olds in there, we could keep an eye on them. It would be funny seeing them, get a little bit tipsy, and it would mean people would feel safe going into their local happy shopper.
Well, maybe, but they wouldn't have alcohol though. Maybe half a lager.
Well, we could maybe restrict it to, I don't know,
Candy.
to three or four pints and a couple of whiskies.
Oh, please.
Build up their tolerance, Isabella. You know it makes sense, and thank you for agreeing with me. 0870 9090 973 is the telephone number. Let us reduce the drinking age to 39. It makes sense, and anyone who says it doesn't is an idiot. 0870 9090 973. It's good to be back. In the words of Lord Gary of Glitter. Hello, it's good to be back. Did you miss me when I was away? Time now to get the latest LBC 97.3 travel news with Simon Bennett.
Hi, Ian. We'll start with the tube disruption for you, the very latest.
That show title confusing. I did have a pang of guilt over the weekend thinking, calling it the 3-hour 4 till 7 in the afternoon wireless show now from 3 till 6:30, it may confuse some of the thicker listeners. But then it dawned on me, we don't want the thicker listeners listening, do we? They're more than happy to go and listen to Paul Breen-Turner on TalkSport. They can have those people. I'm not keen. So we want the intelligent people, as I think this show kind of sets... May I be arrogant for 1 second, dear London? I think this show sets the standard for the rest of LBC 97.3, and indeed the rest of broadcasting in this country in general. And that's partly down to you, so thank you. Let's lower the drinking age of consent to 13.5 for drinking. 13 and a half. It's perfect. 18. Do you know what I mean? I started drinking when I was 15. Isabella sounds very horny. That's an inappropriate text to have read out. Yeah. I drank when I was 15. I was drinking a lot when I was 15. I was quite a late starter. There were friends of mine a lot of friends going to pubs when they were 14 and 13. So let's make it legal. Let's not make this a backstreet problem. 13 and a half. It would stop young people hanging outside their local supermarkets, bothering me. I was bothered a couple of weeks ago. All right, mister, could you go and get us some booze, please? A part of me wanted to say yes. My mouth said yes, and I did. I didn't, of course. That would have been wrong. But let's make it legal. Let's keep an eye on these people. Let's teach youngsters how to drink properly. Instead of... When I was 15, I remember puking up in a park on 2 bottles of Thunderbird. Oh, dear God. Now, if I were watching a 15-year-old drinking, I'd say, listen, don't drink that Thunderbird. You're not going to like that. Get a nice bottle of red wine. Go and have a nice pint of luck. Don't touch that. Sophie is in the Chiswick.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Sophie.
How are you?
I'm fine. You've got a very deep voice.
Do I? I smoke a lot.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. And we will be celebrating the magic of smoking later on this week. We'll be dedicating a show purely to the fag.
Indeed.
Indeedly doodly.
Well, I was phoning up because I semi-agree with you about lowering the drinking age.
I think
it should go down to about 16.
Why?
Reason being is I grew up in Europe and the legal age was 16. You could go to nightclubs, bars, etc. At 16. It was great.
Yeah.
You didn't get the kind of older teens hanging about on the street corners drinking.
Beating up old women wearing hoodies.
Arguably, I wear a hoodie, so I don't agree with that.
I wear hoodies as well. In fact, we celebrated the magic of the a few months ago. Maybe we'll do that again one day.
Yeah, I definitely agree, but 13 I think is a little bit too young.
13 and a half?
I started drinking at 13 and quite heavily with vodka, and I've ended up with damaged kidneys as a result.
Yes, well, no, that's...
a little bit too young, I think.
If it
16,
was... Sophie...
I think the body is quite well formed, the kidneys, livers, etc. have grown,
Sophie, if it had been legal at 13, though, you wouldn't have ended up doing yourself the foolish damage you did, because you didn't have adults supervising you. Where did you go and drink at 13, Sophie?
Well, I grew up in Portugal, so I'm really tall as well, so I look a lot older, so I could just buy booze anywhere.
The Portuguese are known for being filthy boozers at the worst extent. But 30, it wouldn't be 13, don't get me wrong, we're not going to go crazy with this. It would be 13 and a half. That 6 months is important.
I understand you're saying 6 months, but I still argue that the livers and kidney are not evolved enough to deal with it then.
Your argument is wrong there, Sophie, but thank you for making it. I'm sorry you had damage done to you, but I think if we embraced children and let them come into our pubs, let them learn how to do the cheats and the nudges on a gambler properly, so they don't waste their money. Ian, don't be silly. How would you like if you had a child and he came home drunk at 13? Well, he would, if it was legal, Ken, in Essex, he wouldn't be coming home drunk. And he would come home drunk a couple of times, but he'd learn his lesson. Can you not see? Am I not explaining this properly? Can you not see, London? This makes perfect sense. 16 is... there's no difference between 16 and 18, do you know what I mean? That's just stupid. Stupid. 13 and a half. Are you an old person? Yeah. If you are, you're probably not listening to this programme. You've probably switched off in disgust. But if you're an old person... It's horrible walking the streets when you're 60 and 70, because you've got to go in the supermarket. There are gangs of youths out there smoking their fags, shouting abuse, swear, spitting. I noticed there's a campaign to stop people spitting. That's the biggest waste of money there's ever been in this country, for God's sakes. Let people spit! Anyway, you feel intimidated because they're out there drinking and these alco pops. Get them in pubs, get them off alco pops, get them on real boozes. That's what we need. Jay's in the Acton.
Ian.
Hey, Jay.
Well, I've got to say that I disagree with your statement that the legal age is going to be reduced to 13 and a half.
You don't disagree with it?
I say that the legal age limit should be reduced to 13 and 1/3.
Oh, hey, come on! This is a good fella. So that's a third. What's that? That's 4 months. 13 and 4 months. You're taking 2 months on me. Jay, I do think that's absurd, but put forward your argument.
Eh?
Hello?
Yes, what was that?
Yes, put forward... I think you're being absurd... and irresponsible suggesting it should be 13 and a quarter, but a third. But put forward your argument, Jay. I'm listening.
I don't have an argument as such, because there's not really much difference between 13 and a half and 13 and 1/3.
There's 2 months, and I genuinely think those 2 months are important. But let's compromise. Let's say 13 and a half. Let's say I'm right. Okay. You know it makes sense, doesn't it? Because kids... This is why we have the problem with binge drinking, because kids don't know how to booze up properly.
Yeah, you got a valid point. You have a valid point. I mean, I think there's also both upsides and downsides to this.
There's no downsides to it. It's all upside.
I think...
honestly, trust me, it's all upside, Jay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and the next thing I would like to say is...
Point 2, B.
Yeah, okay, sure. Another thing I'd like to say is...
Yes?
Last week...
Hello.
I was listening to LBC.
We've moved on to a different topic, I feel.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still listening, although not as much.
LBC, not on 7.3.
Yes.
And I heard Clive Bull say that Christopher Lee is your granddad.
You're correct.
Is it true?
Correct.
You serious?
Correct.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So how come you never broadcasted this fact before?
Well, why who's your granddad, Jay? You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Well, exactly. You know, and mine nearly is. So it doesn't... It's kind of irrelevant. And I want people to think that I've made it on my own. I don't want people to know that my granddad, Big Chris, has pulled a lot of strings to get me where I am today on local radio.
Nice talking to you, Ian.
That's the end of it, is it, Jay?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Bye-bye. Excellent stuff. He's put the phone down. 087090909. He had something to say. He said it. He did not want to say any more. He did not want to be drawn out anymore. Rachel says, Ian, it will be quite funny to see children falling over lots, especially in pubs with stairs. I'm not doing this... It would be, on a purely obnoxious, voyeuristic level, yes. I think it would be funny seeing a 14-year-old boozed up in a pub. Did I nearly swear? We can say that, but I nearly did. Boozed up in a pub. LBC'd up in a pub. But that's not the reason we're doing it. There would only be a few incidents of that, and then grown-ups will be able to say, listen, that's not... You don't... That pint you've got there, you don't need to neck it in one go. You can make that last 5-6 minutes. You can take your time, young person. I'm surprised that people are phoning up disagreeing with me. How could anyone disagree that this is a brilliant idea? Sten's in the Rosebery. Hello, Sten.
Hi, Ian.
Hey, Sten, your email doesn't work.
No, it's all really weird. I can send emails, but I can't...
You cannot receive emails because you've been sending me many audio clips.
Yeah.
And I've been writing back to you saying, whoa, hold your horses, Sten. We did play one last week, I think. But the thing is, yours are quite quiet, and there's quite a lot of crackle on them.
The problem is my microphone's not particularly sensitive.
Is it because your mum is asleep in the next room and you don't want her to know that you're singing?
No, I was trying to sing quite loudly to get...
it sounded like when I was 14, 15, and I would record songs. I was learning guitar, I would record songs. But I'd sing really quietly, so my mum wouldn't know what I was doing and take the mickey out of me.
But Ian, have you managed to get the 4-second clip that I sent you?
I've got many of the clips that you've sent me, but we did play one out. I can't remember which one we played. Oh, we played
Swing Low, Sweet Chariot.
Swing Low, Sweet Chariot.
Coming for to carry Lee home.
Coming for to carry Lee home. We played that. In fact, this indeed is it. Have a listen. Oh, can we play this now, Chris? I don't know what the computer is doing. We're just booting it up on the computer. I was nearly slick there for a second, and luckily Chris has certainly brought me... this is what we played. Have a listen to this, then. This is what it sounds like. Oh, Again, I was nearly slick there. I know, you say hang on, Agent Chris, but it's me that looks like... Here we go.
Sweet chariot.
Now, I like the passion, Sten.
Coming for to carry Lee home.
But you can do it louder than that, can't you?
I was genuinely trying. And trust me, this is coming from a big rugby player.
You're not... How big are you?
I'm 5'9".
Sing along with it, Sten, now. Sing along.
Sweet chariot.
No, do the right bit.
What do I see?
Coming for to carry Lee home. A band of angels coming after me. Coming for to carry Lee home.
Here we go, Stan, take it home!
Swing low, sweet chariot. Coming for to carry Lee home. Swing low, sweet chariot. Coming for to carry Lee home.
Wow. Sten, that was so exciting. We haven't got time to talk about the point you wanted to talk about, but bless you for doing that. All I'm saying is if you can make your clips a little bit better quality, that would be bitchin', man. Well, if you don't know what we're talking about then, I'll explain that all a little bit later on. It's a new thing we do in the show. 0870 9090 973. Let's reduce the drinking age to 13 and a half.
A lot can happen.
Confused there, because I've just sneezed. I think that Coconut Head is more mental than Crazy Omar. Well, Crazy Omar isn't mental, Marianne. He's crazy, not mental. There's a big line. Oh, I tell you what we've got here. And we'll do this later on. But we've got a missing poster that we need to sort out. Hello, Sheila. Hello, my love.
Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine. How are you? Yeah, girl.
Fine.
Good girl. Oh dear, we had a laugh then, didn't we?
We did. I missed you on Friday.
No, you didn't. You didn't know I was gone. Huh?
Shame.
Shame indeed.
Indeed.
Indeed, indoodly.
Listen in. Something tells me.
Yes?
Something tells me that...
Yes?
Oh, something tells me...
Yes?
Can you guess what I'm going to say?
No.
Right. Something tells me...
Yes?
I can't compete.
Not with Phil Collins. Who can these days? Go on.
Right, now. Something tells me...
Yes?
Oh, you are a naughty boy.
I'm not doing anything.
No, not much.
There's a way around it, but I'm not going to tell you the answer.
There's a way around it?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I should get off the phone.
No, that's one way, but go on.
Right. I can't hear what the song is. Something tells me that...
Yes?
Oh, dear.
If you said a different sentence, maybe... I think it's voice-activated.
Right. I think you're doing a little wind-up.
There we go. That didn't set off Phil Collins.
Why?
Right. It's voice-activated, like that. There's an advert on telly for a car that's voice-activated.
Oh.
You see that she's in a church, and the vicar goes, anyone who knows why these...
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Well, what's voice-activated? What can be voice-activated by...
I don't understand it myself. I've watched it so many times.
Didn't think you would, no.
It's strange.
It's very, very strange.
Very, very, very strange.
Have you seen Soap Star Superstar?
A little bit of it.
Is there a programme worse than Soap Star Superstar on television at the moment?
No.
It's the biggest piece of cack.
Oh, no, I don't even understand how they're eliminating the people.
Well, I guess they get voted off, do they?
Well, I'm not sure. There's two that stand at the end of the evening.
Yes. The other day it was Beppe and Dr. Truman from EastEnders, both from EastEnders.
And then the next day, one of them gets voted off. I don't understand why there's two that's left. And then the following day, there's
I'll tell you what did surprise me. Who's the thick one from Coronation Street? The really thick one. Oh, I'm working the dogs. Kirk.
Yeah.
Kirk's got a good voice, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Did you hear him singing R. Kelly's I Believe I Can Fly?
Yeah, I think he's a very, very good...
He's ugly.
They're all not bad, but I don't...
Oh, no, Dr. Truman was rubbish.
I don't... Well...
He was rubbish in EastEnders, he's rubbish on Soap Star Superstar.
It's between him and who's the other one that's left?
Truman and I can't remember the other one.
What other? Beppe. Beppe's gone.
Yeah, Beppe's. I can't remember. Anyway,
When are the television people going to stop giving Beppe a job? Do they not realise we hate him?
Yeah, I know.
He's obnoxious and smug.
I know. They keep on digging them up, don't they?
Yeah, they keep digging Beppe up. Let Beppe lie. For God's sakes. But I have never seen a more atrocious programme than Soap Star Superstar.
I know. Well, look, most of it. I mean, I'm not going to watch Big Brother now.
Oh, no, we don't listen. OK, this will be the only Big Brother conversation we have.
Yeah.
Because we don't talk about Big Brother on the show.
After what I saw in the Mirror today of Barrymore pretending to be Hitler.
Barrymore pretending to be Hitler? Does it get any more offensive than that? I must admit, this is the first Big Brother I've seen in 2 years, and I'm quite enjoying it.
The very first one was very good.
Yeah, with Craig, when Craig got his winky out. Yeah.
Good. Listen, I haven't said what I want to say.
OK.
Right. Now, where are these children of 13 and a half going to drink?
Pubs.
Where are they going to do all their drinking?
Pubs.
What?
Pubs.
What's that?
Pubs.
Oh, don't be stupid.
What?
In a pub?
Is this Barry from the Watford? Because this sounds like Barry. Yes. No. Yes, in pubs. This is what I'm saying. Let's get them in pubs.
A 13-and-a-half-year-old should go in a pub and drink.
Was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Yes, I think they should.
No.
Load of bloody rubbish.
What, all these old men sitting there, being sick, being...
Well, hang on a minute. What pubs have you been to, Sheila? Where, especially in Cockfosters, where old men are being sick, just sitting there being sick.
Yes.
Old men just sitting there being sick.
Yes, I'm afraid a lot of people don't know how to hold their drink.
Load of bloody rubbish.
But this is why we'll get them drinking at young age, Sheila, so they can learn.
Yes, at home. I was at a very young age.
Really bad indigestion now.
We have a Friday night dinner because we're Jewish, and we have a special Friday night dinner.
Yes, lovely, delicious.
And we have to have, not have to have, but we say a blessing over wine, right?
Yes.
And from a very early age, I was given a little tiny glass of watered-down wine.
Right. I'm saying get them on the hard stuff straight away. Let's just teach them straight away how to do it.
No. I don't agree with you.
You're wrong, then.
How would you like it when you have children and your 13-and-a-half-year-old, say daughter, goes into a
Let's say daughter, yes. Or it could be son, but let's say daughter, yes.
Well, let's say daughter. How
Okay.
Well, if I knew if I had a 13-and-a-half-year-old daughter that went in a pub with all what...
I'd say well done for going and drinking somewhere responsible and not doing it outside a supermarket.
No, you do it at home with your parents.
I think they should go and have the mature experience of sitting in a pub, watching old men sitting there being sick down themselves, and going, do you know what, I don't want to end up like that.
We will...
I'll just have a double Jack Daniels and Coke, please.
We will agree to disagree.
No, we won't. We'll agree that you're wrong.
All right, then. If that makes you happy. No.
Thanks very much, Sheila. Paul's in the Ladbroke Grove. Hello, Paul.
Hello, Ian.
Hello,
How
Paul.
are you doing?
I'm fine and indeed a little bit dandy.
Good.
Although I said that, I've got quite bad stomachache. I think I've had a very late fry-up, and it's just settling uneasy on me.
Oh, you need to have your fry-up earlier.
Well, the fry-up took a long time to come. I went in there. It took 40 minutes for it to come.
That's outrageous.
Come, baby, come. Anyway, Paul, yes, what can I do for you, sir?
Oh, Ian.
Paul.
I've got to set the scene for you on this. This is true, and I can show you photographs to prove it.
Wow.
Right?
Yes.
I've just started business again in Harley Davidson's, right? So I'm riding this Harley the other day.
Yes.
Last week, down the road.
Yes.
Chugging along, lovely bright
Paul, I fear this may be a long story. Can you wait a couple of minutes while I do a little bit of business?
I certainly can, yeah.
Stay there, Governor. 0870 9090 973. We'll hear more from Paul and his mysterious Harley Davidsons after this.
One of the best things in life is...
Hello?
What the hell was that?
Oh, it's my jigsaw. I'm doing some work to my boat.
OK, fine. I shall ask no questions. What now? Harley Davidsons? Photos?
Yes, I'm chugging down the road on my way to change my printer cartridge. Lovely bright day. I'm feeling very good.
Yeah.
Very good with the world.
Loving it.
Car comes out, wrong side of the road, hits me. Dead serious. I managed to get round it, hit the back of the bike.
Yeah. Are you all right?
And, my leg's a bit swollen. And
Yes.
I mean, I could have been killed.
Yes, it could have been much worse.
You know, I end up with, you know, under this bike, sliding on the left-hand side of the bike.
Wow.
You know, me and the bike on the left, going up the road.
Yeah.
Then the bike flips and flips me onto the right, still sliding down the road.
Wow.
Grinds to a halt, right?
Yes.
I'm underneath it, and I sit up, I go, and there's a guy outside the pub who I think's seen everything, and I just sit up and I go, man alive, did you see that? And this bloke goes, are you all right, mate? You all right?
Yeah.
Now, what's happened is the petrol tank on the bike has completely split from one end to the other.
I've seen this in a movie.
There's a gash,
Yes.
right, from one end to the other, completely ripped open.
Yes.
I'm lying in a pool of petrol, covered in fuel.
Oh, man.
Right?
Did you have a
My legs
cigarette?
are hurting. Sorry?
I hope you didn't have a cigarette.
No, I didn't, funny enough.
No.
And my legs are hurting, and, you know, the guy goes, are you all right? And I said, my legs hurt, but I think I'm okay.
Yes.
And he says, don't move.
Don't.
I'll call the ambulance.
Do.
The person who hit me got out. She was really lovely. She was really, really nice.
Lady, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, dear.
And
Stereotypes.
what happens, right?
Yes.
I'm sitting there covered in fuel. You can really see that the tank's split. It's
Yes.
obvious to anyone.
Yes.
This bloke comes up, this other guy, pats me on the back and goes, oh, you listen to Iain Lee, don't you?
What?
Because I said, man alive, did you see that? To the other guy. And he sort of, he walks up to me, right?
This is
Pats me on the
insane.
back.
Yes.
Well, I'm sort of sat up in the road, covered in fuel.
Yeah.
You listen to Iain Lee, don't you?
What an insensitive idiot.
So I said, yeah, I do. He goes, are you all right, mate? And I said, I'd be a lot better if you just took that cigarette and moved
away, yes.
Oh, you see, I'm covered in fuel. Oh, yeah, mate, yeah. Do you know what? 3 people came up with cigarettes after that.
I'm afraid my listeners are indeed idiots. Not you, Paul. I'm not saying that I'm this fair. But so he recognised you just because you said man alive?
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe we should... Can we I don't suppose we can copyright that as a catchphrase, can we?
I don't know, because there used to be a television programme called Man Alive.
Ah, Man Alive! Paul, listen, thank you for that. Wow. Glad that people were so keen to help you once they realised what had happened. We've had a text from Philip in the South Norwood slating the new television series Invasion that was on Friday, which I have Sky Plus. Did anyone see... Well, can we find the worst and the best television shows at the moment? Because the Superstar is mind-blowingly awful. Just awful! And was Invasion any good? 08709090973. And we've done our Big Brother chat. We're never ever mentioning it again. Ever. I'm slightly ashamed that we've done it this time. Let's lower the drinking age to 13 and a half. And when you were younger, or maybe not so young, what is the most ridiculous thing you got beaten up for? I got beaten up for being posh. Come on, seriously, I'm putting this on for the radio. And for having a Betamax video. Yeah, I got beaten up for having Betamax. It's better quality. 0870 9090 973. We'll find out why you got beaten up after the latest LBC News. You know it makes sense, you fools. You damn fools. We're an hour into it already. It's gone. First hour's gone. You missed it. It was all right. I'm struggling. The first hour's weird. It's weird doing it at 3 o'clock when you've been doing it at 4 for so long, for 3 months. The early hour is weird, but I think we're getting it. I think it's kind of taking shape. Let's listen to the music, shall we? And then I'm going to slurp on my tea. That should get them really complaining. We're lowering the drinking age to 13 and a half. People think I'm being flippant and being obnoxious and being an idiot. I genuinely think it would make sense. It would make the streets safer. You wouldn't have gangs of kids, hoodies, as the Daily Mail calls them, hanging out around outside supermarkets at 7 o'clock in the evening, intimidating people. And people would learn how to drink responsibly. Because it's all a bit naughty and a bit, you know. They learn bad drinking habits. And I was drinking at 15, and that was quite a late start. You know it makes sense. 0870 90 90 973. We're still talking about that. I do want to know why you got beaten up when... I keep saying when you were young. Doesn't necessarily need to be when you were young, but I think... as you grow older, the kickings you get, and you know we've all had kickings, and we're not in any way condoning it at all. Au contraire, we're saying how foolish and how bad and irresponsible it is. But the kickings generally have more significance. They happen for a better reason than just because. And I genuinely got beaten up for this at school because I had a Betamax video recorder. Betamax, and it's better. I still stand by this. It's better quality. Yes, you can't get as many films on Betamax, but it's better quality. I got kicked in twice. And I got bullied for a little while, but kicked in twice because I had Betamax video. I got beaten up. I got beaten up really badly. And, I'm not making light of bullying or getting beaten up at all. Please don't think that. I got beaten up very badly because I sat next to a girl on a fairground ride. This is one of the reasons I don't go to fairs. Because I sat next to a girl who I didn't even know. Beaten up. And I got beaten up because I was considered posh. Up until the age of 11, I lived on a scummy council estate. If you're from Slough, I'm going to say one word that's going to put terror into your heart. The Britwell. It's 2 words. I got beaten up because they thought I was posh. It wasn't because I was posh, just because I was brought up proper, alright? Why did you get beaten up? What odd reasons have you been beaten up for? Agent Chris got beaten up because his mate got smacked in the head with a football and he laughed. Because he laughed, got beaten up. This is a brilliant one. Sean has emailed in. And this is brilliant. Ian, I once got a crunchy beating. I don't know what crunchy beating is, but it sounds nasty. A crunchy beating at school for saying that I thought the Smurfs were rubbish. When they said that they'd see me outside the school, I didn't believe them. But yes, I was whacked for dissing Papa Smurf. Oh, dear. Why did you get beaten up for? 0870 9090 973. Jonathan is in the Potter's Bar. Hello, Jonathan.
Yeah, hi, Ian. Yeah, I was 14, and funny enough, what you were just talking about, the drinking at 13, and gangs of hoodies, I was beaten up by a gang of what you'd call then Hells Angels, but they were sober. And there was about 4 or 5, and this bloke walked up to me and he said, "Oh, did you just say something?"
Oh no, not the. Did you? That's even more terrifying than what are you looking at?
It is, yeah. It was the what? What did you just say to me? And I said nothing.
Uh-oh.
And then he smacked me in the mouth. And these guys, I was 14, and these guys were all big, heavy, you know.
Yeah.
They were hard men to beat up a 14-year-old.
Of course, tough guys beat up 14-year-olds. We all know that. But did you manage to escape?
No, I was.
Jonathan, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes.
What did you say to him?
I don't know. He said, "Did you speak to me?" And I said, "No."
Yeah,
honestly, no, I didn't say anything.
Swear on your life you didn't say anything to him.
I swear on my life I didn't say a thing apart from...
Here we go, apart from, go on.
Apart from, no, I didn't say anything.
Oh, OK, that was your thing. It's mad, isn't it? When you're young, the world, I genuinely think the world is a much safer place now. But when you're 13, 14, 15, it's quite terrifying because it is odd that it happened with you and Hells Angels, but people will beat you up for no reason whatsoever.
Exactly. I'm talking about 35 years ago, so when people talk about the safe streets, and this is in Cornwall, a little place in Cornwall, and people talk about,
Colonel.
City, and it was no different down there, seriously, than it is now, to be honest.
I know, well, listen, one of my bugbears is the Daily Mail that would have you think that we live in the most terrifying world. That everyone's drinking, all the kids are on crack, there's hoodie, but you know what I mean? There were kids drinking and doing drugs when I was a kid. It happens, man.
Definitely, I was one of them. No.
Jonathan, listen, thank you very much for that, you Curno. 0870 9090 973 is the telephone number. Don't forget, things have slightly changed now that the show is... I've got really itchy nose, and it means I'm going to get a surprise. But it means also I have to rub my nose and look really disgusting. The show is now 3 till 6:30. And Chris, have you got football practice this evening, or are you sticking around? Have you got it... No, you're sticking around. Good. But basically, I have a very loosely worded contract that means I have to do the extra half an hour. Agent Chris's contract is watertight. Man, it's a good contract. He doesn't have to do the last half hour. So what we do from 6... is we take your calls straight to air. And also, we're asking for you to send in little clips, little MP3s or CDs, of things that you've made. Don't just say... We had someone send in Crocodile Rock by Elton John. I'm not going to play that. You know, we listened to it and we danced around in the office, but we're not going to play things that you've put together. And it was all kicked off by Guy in the Neasden. Guy Fingers is his name, who did a brilliant clip of who was it? It was Barry in the Watford. He's made another one. That's the one we're going to play today. Genius. And we may play the Lyrical Zombie later in the week because we've had quite a few requests for that as well. We played on Friday. It was a rap song. The first 30 seconds, really witty, and then it just descends into obscenity and violence. But we bleeped out all of the nasty bits. But it is brilliant. Laura is in the Hounslow. Hello, Laura.
Hi, Ian.
Hello, Laura.
This drinking from the age of 13 and a half.
Yes.
I've got two young boys, 11 and 13 and a half.
Yes.
And they...
Get him boozing.
Since they were 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, come on. Hats off to Laura.
In my house.
Yes, of course.
I've given them alcohol.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem. If my
What are they on now? Whiskey, vodka and Coke?
No, wine or beer.
Classy.
You know?
They're going to be classy boozers.
But I don't have a problem if we're at a family do or having a meal at home and my 11-year-old wants to have a glass of wine with his meal.
Yeah.
That's not a problem to me.
Does he have a big glass?
No.
Oh,
No, a medium-sized glass.
And Laura, would you mind seeing your 13-and-a-half-year-old in a pub?
Not if he was having 1 pint with me in a responsible way and going home and being safe afterwards.
I genuinely think I've fallen in love with Laura. This is what I'm talking about. Progressive, adult acceptance of the situation. More of your calls after this. No, not in Iraq. Oh, well, that's the TV series about the aliens. I was expecting it to be brilliant. I'm getting a lot of texts. Philip in the South Norwood, my TV historian, says it's rubbish. Iain, Invasion is one of the most boring sci-fi shows to excrete its way to our shores. Well, there's an odd phrase. It's convoluted storyline and dialogue so bad it doesn't even fall into the it's so bad it's funny genre. I tell you what was rubbish. My Name is Earl, which it was the comedy on Channel 4 on Friday from America. I was told it was going to be brilliant. A load of old cack. Just a waste of time. I've got an itchy ear now. Have I got the fleas or something? Very unpleasant. 08709090973. We're going to lower the drinking age to 13.5, and I am being serious. And what did you get beaten up for? Probably when you were a kid, but maybe it was, I don't know. We've had, Sean got beaten up for dissing the Smurfs. I got beaten up for having a Betamax video. It's Nora in the Plumstead.
Hello, you didn't catch fleas from me.
What? You're implying that we've met and rubbed heads.
No.
Just what you're implying, Nora.
Well, I'm just doing that to get you out suspended again.
Yes, don't, because one of the bosses is here.
Sorry.
Good behaviour. Good behaviour.
Okay.
Anyway, yes. Where have you been? We had your mum phone up recently. She phones up more than you do.
I'm too scared to phone you up.
Why?
Well, because you're so rotten to me.
I'm not rotten to you. You're just drunk.
That's what I mean.
You must think this is a good idea for kids to start drinking at 13 and a half.
I do. You know why? Because I think it will make them responsible. What they'll do is get a Saturday job.
Yes.
Save up on Friday. No, that's not right, because if it's Saturday, then it's Friday.
What?
Well, they'll get a job anyhow. And then
You
on
really
Friday
are.
night,
Maybe this drinking thing is a bad idea. I don't know. Go on.
You can see my mind and the space.
I can see your mind and the space. Yes, I can. Nora. I don't know what that means. Okay, so, yes.
So basically what they'll do is, because their parents won't give them the money, I mean, they'll get a night's drinking out of what they get for pocket money. So if they don't want to drink any more, they'll get a job.
Yeah.
And they'll be drinking normally like the rest of us.
Well, like the rest of us. No, I don't exclude you in that Venn diagram. You're in a circle all on your own. You're circle C, separate from the rest of the diagram.
I started drinking when I was 29.
Well, this is exactly what's happened. You're one of the worst boozers we know, and it's because you didn't start at a decent age. You didn't know how to do it.
It's true. I'm still in my binge drinking phase. I haven't calmed down yet.
Some woman called Marion has emailed in. She's going to complain. She thinks that I'm encouraging. I'm not encouraging anyone to break the law. Not saying that anyone should do that. I'm saying obviously stick by the rules of the law. But we know that young people, drink. I was drinking when I was 15. People drink when they're 13, 14. This is what happens.
Yeah.
And I genuinely think it would reduce the number of alcoholics because they'd learn to drink at a decent age.
But the only problem is they'll be drinking in the same pub their parents are at, and they'll be sort of...
Their parents keep an eye on them.
Cramped, and the children will be cramped, and I'm calling them children, well, I mean them young adults.
Cramped?
Cramped?
Oh, no, they're...
Oh, cramped.
They can... Well, they're cramped. I hadn't thought of them being cramped, no. But if they're in the same pub, the parents can keep an eye on them. They could maybe have, like, a separate bar.
Yeah, that would be...
Just around the, sort of around the corner where they go, it's the young person's boozerama.
And what would they have there? Games and PlayStation?
They'd have PlayStations, they'd have gamblers. Why not get them on the gamblers as well, for God's sakes? I used to love playing the gamblers with my nan when I was about 9.
I can't stand... Oh, I went to see my brother in France.
So?
And his son...
Yes?
Whipped him at all the games on PlayStation, so I think you should have a challenge. Find somebody to play you at PlayStation and see if you could win.
Well, I do that, Nora. I have things called friends. And I quite often...
I don't believe you!
Shut up, man. I've got 3 friends, at least. And I know 2 of their names. Nora, listen, thank you very much for that. Good to speak to you again. 08709090973 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Tracy is in the Slough. Hello, Tracy.
Hello, Lee. Iain even.
Well, that's quite all right. I don't mind there. It's weird. They're both first names.
No, you know what it is, because my boyfriend's Lee.
Oh, and you fancy me?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I don't know. I've never seen you.
Oh, you would love me, man. I am buff.
Oh, well, you'll have to get me a signed photograph so I can say, look, I've spoken to this man and isn't he just absolutely gorgeous?
Isn't he?
His voice is nice.
The voice...
And the rest of you might be okay.
The face... this is a rarity in radio. The face is better than the voice.
out of here.
No, seriously.
Never. No,
Tracy,
it
listen.
never works that way. You hear someone on the phone, you think, God, that is absolutely, wow, wicked.
I am exception to the rule.
And then you see him, you think, no.
I'm exception. Now listen, Tracy, you may have heard me mention earlier on, I used to live in Slough, I got beaten up for being posh. Are you aware of the Britwell estate?
Oh, God, yes.
There we go, you see.
Well.
There we go, it's a dive.
Just let it be known, I do not live on the Britwell. And yes, I used to be posh once. I used to live in the Chalfont St Peter.
Well, that is genuinely posh in Chalfont St Peter.
It is genuinely posh, yeah. But then we had to move to Burnham. And when I got married and stuff, we ended up living in Slough. Oh,
Burnham was quite posh. I think it's gone downhill a little bit.
Downhill,
Whereabouts roughly in Slough are you?
In Slough, near the Farnham Road. Between the Farnham Road and between the trading estate and Wexham.
Oh dear! Do you know the Iceland?
Manor Park.
Yes. Oh, you've said Manor Park. Yes, now I know where it is. It's a dive.
Yeah, but I'm not Manor Park. I'm the other side. I'm the Bailey's side.
You're Manor Park. Near Bailey's Park.
Yeah.
Classy.
Yeah,
you know the Iceland on the Farnham Road?
I do.
That was my first ever job when it was B-Jams.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not there anymore. It's a big office block.
No, Iceland is still there.
Yeah, but it's not actually where it used to be. Where it used to be B-Jams on that big roundabout. It's down in the town now.
No, but no. Whoa! I drove past it the other day. Iceland is still there.
Where on the Farnham Road?
You're thinking of Fine Fair. You're thinking of Freezer Fair that used to be the freezer place by the. Sorry, I'll get out of this in a second. But by the big roundabout. No, not that one. It's on Farnburn Avenue or something. Farnborough Avenue. Anyway, Tracy, it's just me and two other people that are vaguely interested in this. So, what may I ask why you've called in, please?
Well, do you know what? It occurred to me that you don't have a decent jingle, do you? You don't have a jingle at all. I mean, it's just you. You're on, and that's it.
I've got a jingle. Hang on, let me find it. Let me find you a jingle. Hang on a second. I must have a jingle somewhere. Have I got a jingle? Oh, here we go. Here's a jingle. Oh no, that's not good. That's just rude. No, that's not fine. Hang on. Here we go. Here's a jingle.
Iain Lee on LBC. You can listen to him for free.
Oh dear.
3 to 6:30 every day. Why don't you listen? He's okay.
I always write them. That's the only one I've got. It's not brilliant.
Oh, well, you need a competition now. You need people to send in their ideas. Now, unfortunately, I can't write music, so it's just raw voice, really.
You got raw. We love raw voice. I think I've got the second album. Well, Tracy, let's have raw voice.
Right. I invented this.
Who's that in the background?
Oh, I've got 6 children. They drive.
I'll tell you what. Tell them to shut up.
Shut up! On the phone. Right, I've told.
Good work.
Yeah,
no respect. Get them boozing.
Okay. Everything. Right, yeah. So,
okay. Here's raw voice.
Where were we?
Raw voice.
Yeah, raw voice. Right, This is my jingle. I invented this for you. Okay.
Thank you.
There you go. Iain Lee on the radio. It's a really wild and wacky show. From 3 to 6:30 on LBC. Iain Lee, he'll do for me. There you go.
You say he'll do for me, almost as if I'm second best.
You'll do for me anytime. The first time I heard your show, I was driving down to good old Bognor Regis, Butlins. We had one of these weekenders away.
You're quite common, aren't you?
Not at all. I take my kids there every year. I took them to Spain. They didn't like it. They want to go back to Bognor Regis, Butlins, so that's where we go.
Yeah.
So anyway, I went there for one of these weekenders with me and my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And we went on the night.
Did you go? We mentioned this. They have swinging weekends at Butlins.
Oh no, don't do any of that.
You didn't do that. Okay, none of that malarkey.
No. This was a 70s, music type of.
Okay,
thing.
like was Susie Quattro playing there?
No, did they do it that week? I don't know. I was drunk most of it. I can't remember.
Good girl. Very common. Okay, so
yes. Yeah, so we was driving down there, and I turned over because there was so much rubbish on the radio, and your show was on, and I laughed all the way down. I got LBC all the way down to Bognor. It was hilarious. Yeah,
wow.
It was very funny. And I've not listened to any of the other radio stations since.
Don't listen to any of the radio. But if you've never heard... Hey, Tracy, if you like this, check out Kai Bull in the evenings. He's the governor. It's all stolen from him and a couple of others. Listen, we're going to move on. 08709090973 is the phone number. We're reducing the drinking age to 13.5. You know it makes sense. And also, what have you been beaten up for? Is there any reason more ridiculous than being beaten up because you laughed at a Smurf?
About to throw out your old mobile phone?
It's like second best. Very quickly, Ian, it's true, Betamax had a better picture, but the sound wasn't as good as VHS. Taste the pain, sucker, says Andy. I would dispute that. The only problem with Betamax, you couldn't get as many films. 08709090973. More of your calls after the latest LBC News. Get rid of that call. I want a couple of lines free, because I want the switchboard to light up. OK, London, I need your help. It turns out I'm working with fools. I'm going to use strong language. Bloomin' fools. Blooming fools. Helen behind the glass, I thought would know. She's vaguely technically minded. Agent Chris is an idiot. I'm going to explain the situation. I'm going to mention a product. I want you to call in on 0870 90 90 973 and let me... You'll come straight to air on these calls and let me know what this product is. Everyone knows what this is. If you live in a flat or a house or own a bike, you will have this product. We have a squeaky studio door. Agent Chris says, Iain, your studio door is squeaky. You must fix it. I said, I will bring in tomorrow some 3-in-1. Agent Chris said, what? No, not 3, 2, 1. Agent Chris said, what is 3-in-1? 0870 90 90 973. Put line 10 on. Line 10 on. Quickly. If you know what 3-in-1 is, give me a call. Hello, what's 3-in-1?
WD-40.
What?
WD-40.
It's not WD-40. No, he was... Put 7 on. Quickly, put 7 on. Hello, hello, you're on the air.
Hello?
What's 3-in-1?
Oil.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's a distinctive... No, it's not the greatest quiz we've ever had. It's a distinctive rectangular oil with a plastic nozzle on the top and a hoodie thing you put onto it to stop it leaking, and it fixes everything. It's oil. It can be used for bikes. It can be used for squeaky doors. It's 3-in-1. Oh. I think because you can use it for 3 things. Bikes, doors... and something else. The third thing. That's a good point. Why is it... OK, here's round 2. 0870 90 90 973. Why is it called 3-in-1? Line 2, you're on the air.
Hello?
Why is it called 3-in-1?
I'm not sure why it's called 3-in-1, but it's just like a little type of oil.
Yeah?
But as the most satisfying squeeze, it makes a funny noise as you squeeze it.
It does. Because it's a metal tin that you're squeezing.
Metal tin.
Bless you. It does make a satisfying noise, but sorry, everything else is on hold now as we enter the world of local radio. Why is it called 3-in-1? Hello, line 7, you're on the air. Oh,
Hello?
Hello, you're on the air.
Yeah, you were talking about the 3-in-1 thing?
Yeah, why is it called 3-in-1?
Because you can do 3 main things with it. You can actually oil doors, oil bikes, and oil something else.
Oh, it's a third... Oh, that's made me laugh, that has. Line 10, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, why is it called 3-in-1?
Oh, because it cleans, lubricates and protects.
Bless you, sir, you're a legend. Thank you for that. It cleans, it lubricates, I can't say that. It lubricates and it protects. 3-in-1. No more calls than 3-in-1. It's finished. I'll bring in a can tomorrow, Chris. And, you can enjoy... That was exciting, wasn't it? I got a little bit windy pops now. Never mind. 0870 90 90 973 is the telephone number. Let's lower the drinking age to 13.5, whatever that grumpy old woman from Salvation Army says. Making an official complaint. And also, is there a programme worse than Soap Star Superstar? I don't think so. It's the biggest... I was, for some sad reason, I was sadly excited by the prospect of Soap Stars singing songs. Turns out it's a rubbish idea. Why is Fern Britton hosting it? I like her, but she's not prime time Friday, Saturday evening. She's not... And Ben Shepherd needs a slap. Seriously, he needs a slap. Who is Ben Shepherd? What is he doing hosting a show that's not on a channel that's got 2 at the end of it? That's what I want to know. No, we're not taking any calls straight to air on Ben Shepherd. Sorry, that's just a personal rant. It annoys me that Ben Shepherd is working, and I'm watching him. And there was something else. Oh, what have you been beaten up for? Richard is in the Feltham. Hello, Richard.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, all right.
Yeah, good man.
You didn't need to know.
Sorry?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen Soap Star Superstar?
Yeah, I have, but...
Disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be quite good. Now, as you say, the guy out of Coronation Street...
Kirk. Kirk was good, wasn't he? Yeah, I believe I can fly.
Because he's got a husky voice.
Yeah, he's got like what they used to call in the old days a whiskey voice. A bit like Rod Stewart, that kind of croaky.
Go a long way with a voice like that.
Go a very, very long way with a voice like that.
Good.
Anyway.
Well, I'm ringing up...
Oh, yes.
...to tell you about me getting a slap.
What? No,
a slap, mate. I've still got a little red mark in my head.
You got a little red mark? You got a kicking, mate.
I did, yeah.
And we're not condoning violence. We're not saying it's a good thing at all. Au contraire. We're showing how futile violence is. Why did you get a kicking, Richard?
Well, I was about 14 and 15, all right? I went down to River Thames, and it was the first time I had a licence. And then all of a sudden...
Licence for what?
For fishing.
Oh, for the fishing. OK, sorry.
So I've cast out, and a gang of boys gone past, and I've said to the gang of boys... I was just being cocky and leery, because I used to be when I was younger. Yes. They used to say, I hope you got your a fishing licence.
Oh, no, mate.
Yeah, no, as soon as they turned around, one of them, I'd finished talking. So they'd gone off, round the corner and behind the bush.
Yeah.
About 15 minutes later, they come back, and the other one said, all 4 or 5 of them came back, and one got off the bike and said, right, which one you lot said, have you got a fishing licence?
Oh, gosh.
And I stood there, and I said, why I said it, I don't know. I said, well, my mate did, but I'm sticking up for him. The next minute, he got off his bike, I was standing next to some railings, I got about 5, smacks in the face, and my head banging on against the railing.
Even though you'd said it was your mate, even though you'd falsely grassed up your mate, they still beat you up?
And I said, what do you do that for? And he said, well, 1 for being, saying about fishing licence, and 2 for sticking up for your mate. I thought, all right. And guess what? I'll tell you something in a minute. Hang on, I'm at work at the moment. Do you mind if I just get rid of this bloke and I'll come back?
You get rid of that bloke, Richard?
Yeah, all right.
Was he a hitman or something? So get rid of the bloke.
I've got Clara here from West Wales.
Right, what's wrong with it?
Been driven through water.
Right. Would you like to take it right down the far end there?
Yeah.
We're at White
From West Wales?
Go to that orange light there.
All right. Someone in here.
All that there, all right? Cheers, thank you.
What, Richard, may I ask what you do?
I'm security.
Oh, that fella's from West Wales, is he?
Well, he's brought a car from there to here.
Oh, okay. Hire car, is it?
Yeah, no, some sort. It's broken down. So obviously.
Okay, it's not as interesting as overhearing it may have implied.
And then, do you know what? All right, 13 years later, I goes and move into this house.
Don't tell me you married one of the bullies.
No. I was unloading the van.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, this guy said to me, "Do you want a hand, mate?" Turned around. He's only my next door neighbour, isn't he? Oh,
no, you're joking!
Yeah, I've got to live next to him.
No, the bloke who gave you a kicking!
Yeah, I've never seen him since then.
And did he recognise you?
Straight away. As soon as I pulled up, got out and undone the van, he had to rub my nose in it,
And did he kick you in again? Are you living in... Are you being bullied by your neighbour, Richard?
No, I've moved now, thank God. But no, ever since then he's been all right.
Wow.
But, I was...
Richard, that's amazing. Ages ago, this is weird, ages ago, and I was just starting being a little stand-up comedian, and I had an agent who was rubbish. He was rubbish. Awful, awful man. Rubbish. He's a Christian now, but he was just rubbish. Tried to rip me off. But I had a dream about my school bully. A vivid dream about my school bully. I woke up. The phone was... This is absolutely true. The phone was ringing, and I answered it. It was my ex-school bully. This is like 7 or 8 years after I've left school. He was working for my agent. And it was the most... And he said, we'll meet for a drink. I was like, oh, flipping out. And he was turned out to be a bit of a nice bloke. But still, I remember getting dead arms just because I was standing in the lunch queue. Yeah, because you're standing in a queue, have a dead arm. Sandra's in the Chigwell. Hello, Sandra.
Hello there.
Hello.
Right. I've got all my daughter and all her friends in the other room. They're trying to listen. Maybe they want to speak to you as well, because they're 13 and a half.
OK, and they want a good drink, do they?
No, they don't. Well, they've tried drink at odd occasions.
Yes.
But most of them don't like the taste.
No, well, they will. They'll learn to love it. Alcohol doesn't taste very nice, but you learn to put up with it. That's why we mix Jack Daniels with Coke. Jack Daniels tastes horrible. With Coke, it's like a lovely boozy Coke.
Right. The two things I was going to say is, I was younger than my age, so I might have had the old snowball at a function or something. But I didn't really drink in a pub.
No.
Until I was over 18, and obviously had ID.
Yes.
Number one.
Yes.
Or maybe the old cider when I was younger.
Yes.
I'm really interested, but we went to America recently.
Yes.
Because the law over there is over 21.
Oh, it's insane, isn't it? And you have to have ID to get in clubs.
Yes, but not only that, we were at a restaurant with friends, and now their son and our son are 16.
Yes.
And we had some champagne for their anniversary.
Yes.
And they wouldn't... And we said, oh, yes, the boys could have. They said, no.
Yes. No.
They wouldn't let us in the restaurant.
No.
The boys have any champagne.
No.
But she implied if she turned her back and we poured some, or they had to sip of our glass, and she wouldn't see it. But they said the law is so strong, even if they drank in their own home, the parents' permission...
Did you know why that is, Sandra? It's because they're insane in America. The country's run by a muppet. They're insane over there. They're fools in America. All Americans are fools.
I see. Don't say agree with that. Do you want to speak to my daughter?
Very, very quickly.
Okay, Anna? Oh, no, her friends can speak, Louise.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Louise, how's it going?
Hi, I'm fine.
How old are you, Louise?
I'm 13 and a half.
You'd love to go boozing in a pub, wouldn't you? See what happens in a pub?
No, we don't really like the pubs because, it's full of smoke and stuff.
Yeah, well, they're not full of smoke nowadays, so that should be better. More of your calls after this.
Involved in adult social care?
30.
I've been sent a letter.
I nearly got you. Don't use that language, please.
Ooh, that was a sick shot.
Oh, no. No, I really hope I'm not on the radio now.
Yes, you are. You've got me, have you?
This is what happens in my house.
Yeah, I'm opening a letter that someone's bothered to send in, and you're playing with a child. He's probably boozed up.
Sorry.
Shame on you.
Football in that.
Shush.
Sorry.
Shush. Don't get stroppy with Agent Chris because he didn't call you back.
I did not get stroppy.
No, it says on my screen she's getting stroppy because I didn't call her back.
Chris, that's a lie.
Well, you're getting stroppy with him now.
I'm not. I'm getting stroppy with you.
Don't get stroppy with either of us. Now, shush. Shut up! Hello, Mr. Lee. I was just writing this letter to ask where the hell is Tommy in the Rotherhithe? He hasn't phoned in for ages, and I miss him a bit. I especially miss his mum's songs. I have included a missing poster to hang up around LBC Towers to help find him. Shush. Happy New Year from Reese in Twickenham, age 13. P.S. I've included a photo of me for your gallery of listeners. My hair is longer than that now. Yeah, we're losing the gallery because we're all sharing desks now. It's all going to be weird. But he's done a brilliant poster. Look, missing Tommy in the Rotherhithe, Gangs of Bermondsey correspondent, last seen ages ago, age 10 or something, sex male, wanted alive preferably. If anyone knows where Tommy in the Rotherhithe is, then please, 0870 90 90 973. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so hang on a minute. Don't do that, because you know it'll wind her up. Sorry.
What will wind her up?
Huh?
What will wind...
Jessica's on the computer, and Ewan's creeping up behind her.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not a very good thing.
Someone sent me an email. I think... Who's that from? Alison. They sent me an email. It's a little bit stroppy. Then she's tried to retract the email.
Oh, has she?
But it's not retracted. I've just got an email saying, Alison is trying to retract your email. So I've written back saying, you can't retract it. So she's written back saying, poo. I didn't know you could retract emails, but you can. You can retract them here. I made a terrible mistake of sending an email to someone I shouldn't have sent it to at LBC Towers.
Yeah.
But luckily I managed to retract it before they saw it.
Really? Can you do that?
Well, some email accounts you can do that.
Do you know what? That would be so handy sometimes.
Wouldn't it just?
No,
wouldn't it just? I'm quite hot, so I'm going to take my cardigan off. Anyway, what do you want, Stroppy Vicky?
Hang on a minute. I've got Stroppy children as well.
Yeah, well, give them a slap.
Yeah, I will.
Put a tiny little bit of gin in their bottles, and they'll be fine.
I'm so tempted. They won't go to sleep at the moment.
No.
Now, the reason I'm ringing actually is to complain. I'm going to write a letter to Mr. LBC, and I'm going to leave this room if you carry on.
What?
Angry mother. What was I saying?
I wasn't really listening. It was something about a complaint.
Yeah. About like this thing about 13-and-a-half-year-olds drinking.
Yes.
Because I was wondering...
Vicky, would you stay there 1 second? And please stay there. Let's go to line 2. Line 2, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hello?
I'd just like to say, Cherry Vicky, I think you're so great.
Oh, Ben.
No, really.
Ben, give me a break.
I'm so saying all those nasty things about you, Cherry Vicky.
Yeah, this is because of my threat, isn't it?
No, don't worry.
Ben, shut up. You're on thin ground. Chavy Vicky, what has Ben been... This is Ben in the Hemel Hempstead, who...
I know exactly who
What's he been saying?
He's been sending me horrible emails.
Has he? Because I was
thinking... me to apologise for things that I haven't done.
I was thinking of lifting the ban.
Don't you dare.
Ben?
Yep.
Put forward your case.
Please...
Actually, no, don't. You're banned. You're banned for the entire year. For the entire year. Been sending you nasty emails, has he? I'm cold again now.
In your face, Ben.
In your face. He's gone. Yeah. He's banned for 2006. We were 2007. He'll be back on the air.
Yeah.
But until then, no. He sent me an email begging to come back on because he says that the ban I've imposed has now kind of carried over to Caroline's show and Clive Ball, and they won't let him on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, James O'Brien won't let me on here.
Well, you know what? He will do soon. He can't fill that third hour.
Oh,
he's struggling to fill that third hour.
He won't call me back.
No,
I've called a couple of times just to test out this theory about Maxie Ellen not liking me. And so far, I think you're right.
Yes.
But he denies it.
James O'Brien is struggling
to fill the third hour.
What was that?
What?
What was that noise?
James O'Brien is struggling
to fill the third hour.
What was that little noise, though?
What noise?
That noise that you made when you said James O'Brien is struggling to fill the third hour.
James O'Brien is struggling
to fill the third hour.
James O'Brien is struggling
to fill the third hour.
Yeah, you've not got this on a loop now, have you? You're not going to be saying it over and over and over again.
James O'Brien is struggling
to fill the third hour.
Yeah, is James O'Brien struggling to fill the third hour?
James O'Brien is struggling
to fill the third hour.
James O'Brien is struggling to fill third hour.
James O'Brien is struggling
to fill the third hour.
James O'Brien is struggling to fill the third hour.
James O'Brien is struggling
to fill the third hour.
James O'Brien is struggling to fill the third hour.
James O'Brien is struggling
to fill the third hour.
That's
I win! I knew it. You've called him for a reason.
Yeah.
Get to the point.
Right, yeah. If they lower the age of drinking...
To 13 and a half.
Yeah,
as
can
it
you
should be.
come round my house when
Yes.
Jessica goes out on the booze and hold her hair back while she does horrible things?
It'll only happen 3 times.
Do you reckon?
It'll only happen 3 times. Then she'll learn her lesson. This is why we're doing it.
Clear up those 3 times.
No, you've got to do it. No, you don't have to. You make her do it.
Well, yeah, but then you have to wait until the following morning.
I remember being so trashed. As I mentioned on Thunderbird when I was about 15, and I was all I remember is drinking at a party. Then I've only passed out on booze twice. Next thing I knew, I was in my house and I was puking up, and my mum was standing over me saying, "You are in such big trouble." And then I passed out again, and she wasn't messing. I was in big trouble, man.
Do you want to hear a really good story?
Yeah.
Getting drunk. Well, I got drunk about 14 years old.
Yeah.
And was in massive trouble.
Yeah.
And I've actually gone to the bathroom now because Jessica and you are fighting. Anyway, I got back thinking I was going to get into loads of trouble, and my mum's friend was there saying she wasn't very well in the toilet.
Yeah.
Anyway, it turns out my mum was really drunk as well.
Oh, what a family.
I know.
What a family, Vicky, you truly are. 08709090973. We're lowering the drinking age to 13 and a half. What were you beaten up for? And we will find Britain's worst actor. Hear that? David Griffiths uses strong language. What was that tool going on about? The sound on Betamax was, and is, far superior to VHS. I'm an audio engineer. I should know. The only reasons it didn't get picked up on was the cost and lack of films. In fact, the BBC still use the beta format for archiving old material. If anyone wants to buy a Betamax recorder, I've got one for sale. I don't want to buy one, although I have got a loft. My mum's loft is full of old Betamax videos. But that's by the by. 08709090973 is the telephone number. We are reducing the drinking age to 13 and a half. It makes perfect sense. It will discourage binge drinking, reduce the number of alcoholics. It will make the streets safer and less intimidating because kids will be allowed in pubs. And it'll be a little bit funny saying 14-year-olds boozed up. What were you beaten up for? I got beaten up when I was young because I had a Betamax video, because I was posh, and because I sat next to a girl on a fairground ride. That's why I don't go to fairs. And is there a television show worse than Soapstar Superstar? Is there... Oh, man! I found a brilliant show at the weekend. Shipwrecked. I've never seen this. It's back after about 3 years. Unfortunately, it's the show that discovered Jeff Brazier, but don't hold that against it. Shipwrecked on T4. I've got it on my Sky Plus series link. Basically, it's 18-year-old girls in bikinis on a beach. I'll have that. I'll buy that. It's genius. And there's an annoying fella called Jeffrey who's hyperactive, and they put him on an island. And everyone hates him. Ian is in the Hackney. Hello, Ian.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Ian.
You all right?
Yeah, you all right?
You're not bad, mate.
Nice.
Can I just say, just quickly, if I was back to my first point, a show that's worse than the Soapstars thing?
Yeah, go on.
The Ian Lee, 3 till 6.
You cheeky blooming son! Come on, let's slap your legs!
Someone had to say it, mate.
Anyway, you're right. You're spot on.
Right, but you're doing well. You're consistently bad, so which is good. which is good. I mean, you got me hooked anyway.
That's... Go on, what's your point? Get to it. Come on.
Right, drinking.
Yes.
13 3/4.
Okay, you want to go up a quarter of a year, and to explain why.
Well, maybe a little bit more, because I went in at 13 3/4, and
yes.
Like you do, it's like, my mate said, oh, these 2 older girls, I think they was about 15, we can, go in the pub and we meet for a drink, and I went in there, and we had about half and a bit of lager, and like you do.
A little bit of lager, yeah.
Come out the pub, thought, yeah, lovely here.
Yeah.
And grabbed onto these pillars that were outside the pub, spun round them 4 times and fell flat on my face.
Oh, I'd forgotten, of course, when you're young, if you have a booze and then you spin around a bit, it makes it much stronger.
Yeah, it was a good spin, though.
It was a good spin. The thing is, as well, when you go in and you're 14, 15, you're asking for a drink, the first time you go to the bar, it's the most intimidating, and you always end up going, just talking nonsense. Can I have a glass of beer, please, sir?
That's it, yeah.
And it's just, it's a ridiculous thing. But so you think, 14 is a good age?
Yeah, but I mean, adding on to that, that was not the complete shame. I mean,
go on.
I completely lost the sort of moments of my life, and then the first I knew of it, I woke up in my bed
good boy.
With all my clothes on.
Yes.
And I thought, oh, I'm in trouble here.
Yeah.
And then my dad come in.
Yeah.
And he went, been out for a drink, boy?
Yeah.
So I went, no, Dad. Yeah. Don't do that again, son, will you? But I did.
And I still do.
Good boy, Ian. Listen, it's good to talk to you. 08709090973 is the phone number if you want to give us a call. After the news, we will be finding out who is the worst actor in the UK. 08709090973. More of your calls after the latest LBC news. How are you? 3:47 in the afternoon, now from your time of 3 to 6:30. At your service, madam. What may I do for you? Well, today we're going to reduce the drinking age to 13 and a half. I'm being serious. Listen, why. It'll stop people being intimidated by gangs of kids. They booze out on the streets anyway. Very imaginatively, there's a bench near where I live where the kids hang out and drink their booze. And they've written on it that it's the Bench Pub. It's called the Bench Pub. I like that. I think that's good. But they wouldn't need to do that under my new law. They'd be allowed to go into pubs and booze legally under the watchful supervision of some hardened boozers. I think it's a good idea. It will reduce street violence, make older people feel safe, and it will reduce alcoholism. 08709090973. Why did you get beaten up as well? I got beaten up because I was posh, because I had a Betamax video, because I sat next to a girl. Agent Chris got beaten up because his mate got hit in the face with a football, and he laughed. And his mate, his pride was wounded, no doubt, turned round and would it be fair to say, Agent Chris, he beat the cack out of you? Yes, it would be. You pause there for a second. Or was it, did he just kick your ass? Kicked you. I'm using the Americans. We can say ass, but I don't like saying it on the radio. I think it's really good. He literally kicked it. Wow. Also, we're trying to find a show worse than Soapstar Superstar. I don't think it's possible. I do want to find, though, Britain's worst actor. I want you to give us a call, 08709090973, and tell us who you think Britain's worst actor is. I think that the worst actor in Britain is... Johnny Briggs, a.k.a. Mike Baldwin. He's awful! He's awful! It's one of the... good drums. It's one of the saddest stories in Coronation Street. I'm loving the story. Mike Baldwin is suffering from the Alzheimer's disease. Nasty disease. But his acting is awful. Just terrible. Who, in your opinion, is the worst actor in Britain? And you have to say, Ian, I believe the worst actor in Britain is... drums, and then tell us. 0870 9090973. A lot of nominations. People saying the cast of EastEnders. No, I haven't seen EastEnders for a couple of years. But I watched it over Christmas, and I've seen a couple recently for some reason. They are flipping awful, aren't they? Who's that dirty family? There's a dirty family. They've got a dirty dog. The bloke from the Bill has just moved in with them. And the fella's got a dirty wig. Who are they? They're awful. Or, who is, there's an Italian boy moved in. He's Pat's nephew. Dino Wicks. No, not Beppe. Beppe's left. There's a camp. Beppe's left. Did a very camp wave with my hand there. No, Dino Wicks, I think his name is. Awful. Who is the worst actor in Britain? Give us a call now. Lisa is in the Finchley.
Hello, Lee.
Hello.
Ian.
Why is everyone doing that?
I'm sorry.
One more person does it, I'm going to punch him in the face.
Well, look, I was listening earlier about your new correspondents. You're having a big problem with them.
No.
Yes, you said you were looking for new correspondents.
No, I didn't. You've misheard me.
Oh, what did you say?
Well, what I said, we've got a new correspondent list. We updated it on the Tuesday, the 28th of December.
Right.
We are looking for 2 correspondents to call in and give us a live update at 5:38.
Ah, right. Well, what I'm going to do for you, Ian,
yes.
I used to be Clive Ball's sexy weather girl.
Oh, now, can you just give us an example of what you might have done?
Well, every night around about 11:30,
yes.
12 o'clock actually, but it got too late for me, so I couldn't stay up until...
Yes.
I had to give a very
Dirty
short weather report.
Yes, I remember hearing it. I'm a big fan. I've got some of your work on tape.
Oh, really?
I used to tape your bits, yes.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
So, I would like to give you today's weather. If I could.
Well, hang on. Whoa, hang on. I don't know what the legal... hang on, this is a feature that used to be on Clive Ball's show. You're now jumping Clive Ball's ship and trying to get aboard our little yacht, are you?
Well, no, what I would like to do maybe every day...
What?
Instead of Vicky...
What?
Instead of Chavvy Vicky, have someone posh in Finchley read you the weather for the day.
But the weather's, like, really boring and stuff?
Well, it is boring, but not when I say it.
I feel as though I'm seeing Clive Bull's wife behind his back. I don't think I can do this. I think morally, and probably legally, it's wrong.
It's sorry?
It's
not, because I'm freelance.
Yeah, but the whole Ofcom thing, you must be aware of...
it's not going to be rude.
No, I know, but that's not the thing. I can't still... It'll be like me getting Bob to get me a number 94. He did it once, and it was lovely, but if I did it every show, I'd be accused...
But it's going to be so cold.
You're sneaking the weather in here, aren't you?
It's going to be so cold that everyone's going to have to wear their thermal.
Lisa!
Yes?
I have to stop you.
Oh, dear.
I want you to call the show. I want you to be part of the show.
Yes.
You can't be a correspondent. You cannot be the weather girl.
Oh, no?
I just feel... I feel as though I'm standing behind Clive Bull, sticking my fingers up at him. And I love Clive Bull. The man's a genius.
Do you have a weather girl? Do you have a hot weather girl?
No, because the weather is boring.
Well, I know, but not when I say it, you see, because I know... Look, I tell you what, let's have a text vote.
Oh, I can't be bothered with texts.
No, you can't?
No.
Well, we can have a text vote. Say, who would you like to read the weather? Chavvy Vicky.
No, we're not doing... Why? You made it as though weather is going to be an integral part of the show. Why have we got to have anyone reading the weather?
Well, you can just have a little clip. So let me give you an example, Ian, if I could.
Okay, so give me an example of the weather.
It's going to be a very...
08709090973. We're not having the weather on this show, and I can't stick. You know, it would be like having Bob coming in here and producing the show, and Agent Chris getting fired, and that's actually not a bad idea. I'm going to have a word with Bob about that. I'll be lurking by the coffee machine. 08709090973 is the telephone number. Who is the worst actor in Britain? You've got to give us a call. Be as scathing as you can, because there are a lot of really, really bad actors on the television doing all right out of it. They're doing all right. Beppe was flipping. Michael Greco, flipping awful. And I genuinely thought we'd seen the end of him, but no, Celebrity Love Island. I thought we'd seen the end of him then. No, Superstar. Who is the worst actor on British television? And is there a show worse than Superstar? 0870 9090973 is the telephone number. I believe the worst actor in Britain is Ali, who was the original owner of the cafe in EastEnders. Yes, he was awful. Mehmet! But we're looking for current actors, if you can. We will find out very, very soon.
I want to download...
Email via their PSP. How do that work? How is that possible? Someone just said it's a rather boring email, so I shan't bother reading it out. I suspect it's nonsense. But they claim it's from their PSP. Confused. I can barely get mine to work properly. What are we talking about? Let's have a quick recap. We are lowering the drinking... Don't forget, at 6 o'clock, we're going to take your calls straight to air. We've got a brilliant MP3 that has been sent in. This is the new thing, to fill the extra half an hour. I'll sell this up for the next couple of weeks, and then by then it should be all up and running. We've got quite a few in. Some of them are rubbish that have been sent in. I'm looking for you to send in little clips, little things no longer than 2 minutes long, that you've produced, that you've made, that you've edited on a computer, that you've... whatever. MP3s or CDs of stuff that you think we might like to play on the radio. We've got a brilliant one. Guy in the Neasden, Guy Fingers, started it all off with a Barry singing a Christmas carol. He's done put another backing track to Barry singing a Christmas carol. I know it's not the season to be jolly, but we're decking out halls with boughs of holly, so that's good. We'll play that after 6. We'll take your call straight to air. But up until then, we are lowering the drinking age to 13.5. Because I saw some young people outside a supermarket at the weekend. It was cold, it was dark, it was wet. They were having some Alco Pops and I think a few cans of lager. And I felt kind of sorry for them. I thought it was a bit bad that they were doing that. Sorry, I got really bad hiccups all of a sudden. I don't know where that's come from. Oh, it's 5:20. That's why it's come from. That's when I tend to get a little bit windy, Pops. So we're lowering the drinking age to 13.5, so that young people, they can learn to booze it up responsibly. They won't become binge drinkers. They will not become alcoholics. It'll make the streets less intimidating for old people. I think it's a good idea. Most people agree with me as well. We've had very few people say that I'm speaking out of my bum, apart from one woman who's going to complain to Ofcom. Why? I'm not saying kids go out and break the law. I'm just putting forward a sensible, grown-up, practical hypothesis. So, Marion... play about that. 0870 9090973. Also, why did you get beaten up? I got beaten up because I had a Betamax video recorder. Some would say it was a deserved kicking. I don't think it was. Also, I got beaten up for being posh, because I lived on a really horrible, manky council estate in Slough. I wasn't posh. Just my mum taught me how to speak proper. Do you know what I mean? And I got beaten up for sitting next to a girl on a fairground. And I believe the worst actor in Britain is Johnny Briggs, a.k.a. Mike Baldwin. Who is the worst actor in Britain? I tell you, he's not necessarily bad. He's just very bland and nothing. Is it Robson? Which one? Robson and Jerome? Which is the one that's still working? Robson Green, that's it. Man, was I surprised when I found out that Robson and Jerome were their first names. I thought they were their surnames. Robson Green, who's always in programmes about men who are dealing with daughters. He's always in those programs. He's always a man dealing with a daughter. His wife died of something. You know, or she's... whatever. He's pretty bad. 0870 9090 973. Brian is in the New Cross Gate. Hello, Brian.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Brian. What can I do for you, Governor?
I don't want you to say sorry, but I want you to...
I'm not going to.
Okay, fine. You know last Tuesday you were talking about the correspondent updates?
Mm.
Yeah. I told you about glasses that could MP3 players at the same time.
I don't remember this. Refresh my memory. What else are we talking about?
I was talking to you about a little part in the near where your ear goes under thing. And
a little part near where your ear goes under thing. And you expect me to apologise to you when you're talking...
I didn't say that you could, but I just want you to Google or search eye specs. Google it, because I'm not lying.
Okay, good. Well, hang on a minute. What do you say? Hang on a minute. Let's go onto the internet. So what was the end result? Eye specs. How are you spelling that?
Eye specs, like Specsavers.
Well, you just said the word. Are you spelling I with the letter I or E-Y-E, the traditional way of spelling I? Well, with the letter I or E-Y-E?
Yeah, as in iPod.
Eye specs.
On the Google Images.
Oh, hang on. On Google Images, I've spelt specs wrong. I don't think my S button is working. There we go. Images. Okay. Okay, is it... Oh, here we go, yeah, right. Tosh's Intelligent Eye Specs. Hang on a minute, let's see full image. Right, okay. Yeah, so this is... You can watch DVDs on your glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, and you were talking about MP3s?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is DVDs, okay, so...
Yeah.
Where... Are you going to apologise to me?
No, I just wanted to show you that.
So you're wrong, and I'm right... These I saw this in the newspaper today. These are glasses that you can wear and you can watch DVDs on.
Yeah,
Sorry, you were talking about MP3s though, Brian.
Yeah, they're the same thing.
They're not the same thing. MP3s are different to DVDs, so...
okay, fine.
I think you should apologise.
Okay, fine. Sorry, Ian.
Just say it again. Say it now.
Ian Lee, I'm sorry.
There we go. We'll have that. We'll buy that. Yes. Anything else, Brian?
Yeah. On the subject about
you fool.
Young people drinking.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
Of course, it's a good idea. How old are you?
I'm 13.
Yeah. Well, 13 and a half or younger?
13 and 3/4.
Oh, well, in that case, you realise that it's as if... I'm not saying go out and do them, Brian, of course not, because that would be against the law. And we do not... Have I got a legal disclaimer? I should have got a legal disclaimer. Hang on a minute. Oh, there we go,
I am Chris from the Sudbury Hill.
Yes.
Breaking the law is illegal.
It is bad.
Don't do it, kid.
Don't do it, kids, definitely. But, you know. James is in the Gravesend.
Hello.
Hello, James.
You definitely, or rather, we should definitely put the drinking age down to 13 and a half.
You sound older than 13 and a half.
Oh, I am a lot older.
I thought so.
But we definitely should do it, you see, because then you could have the whole, family thing going on down at the pub where everybody goes, even ones younger than that.
Exactly, you see, and it will stop them becoming boozy alcoholics. They'll learn to drink responsibly.
Or if not, have fun not doing it.
Exactly.
But did you consider that perhaps we ought to do it by weight rather than age?
Interesting. Are you saying fat kids will get more booze?
Well, they can hold it better.
He's got a good point. Certainly, we had an email in from someone, I can't remember who it's from, saying that the way to find out if they've drunk too much is to get them to spell and do maths. And when they start muffing the maths up, the barman can go, "You've had enough, mate. I'm not serving you."
Exactly. And you're also encouraging good pub food, because the ones that are younger at 13 and a half and looking a bit scrawny and don't want to build themselves up to that weight.
Oh, do you know what? 13 and a half-year-olds would love a nice bit of pub grub.
Exactly.
Oh, it's a good idea.
All the rest of it, lovely.
Now, James, I believe you've got a worst actor for me. Now, the way I want you to do this, sir, is I want you to say, "I believe the worst actor in Britain is," and then wait for the drum roll to finish.
Right, okay.
So, start us off.
I believe the worst actor in Britain is... everybody from Neighbours.
Oh, mate, well, hang on, they're in Australia?
Yeah, but it's shown over here.
No, we can't have that, They're Australia, although that long wait of 17 and a half seconds, and he was talking... There's an advert for a lady's car insurance on television where they're on a stage and they're singing, and it's an Australian advert. If you look very carefully... In the audience, watching this advert, this song taking place, I'm being deliberately vague because, the fella from Neighbours who got the sack is in the background of the audience. Joe Scully, thank you, sir. That's 10 points to Adrian Crisp. Joe Scully is in the audience. And we found out why Joe Scully got the sack. We can say it because it's legally true. It was booze and drugs, I think. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't true. I don't know. Well, let's not even go there. He's in Australia. You'll never hear this, will he? iPod podcast. 08709090973. Tony in the Palmer's Green.
Hi there, Ian.
Tony, I've kind of muffed up my timing. I know you want to give us the worst actor in Britain. Can you wait until after the news, sir?
No problem.
God bless you, and I wish everyone were as polite as Tony. You've got about half an hour or so to take part in the regular part of the show before we enter the extended director's cut. That is the bonus half an hour of the show that I'm legally contracted to do. Ian, I just spotted one of the people that gave me the Smurf beating on Friends Reunited. This is Sean. And I sent him a message which reads, "You big Smurf-loving ass." Well done, I feel vindicated. Ian, 3-in-1, it cleans, lubricates and protects is the selling point for WD-40. What a moron! Duncan in the Newbury. I'm bringing some 3-in-1 in tomorrow. 0870 9090 973. Nominations, including one from Ken and one from Zoe, for Dev as the worst actor. Dev is a bad actor. There's a couple of bad actors in the street. Bruce Jones is pretty bad. Yeah, he does it. Ooh, Sunita! Ooh, Sunita, my babies! And the drunk woman as well. Danny Baldwin's ex is awful. 0870 9090 973. More from Tony and a correspondent update. Straight to air. Johnny's in the Isworth. Hello, John.
How you doing, Ian? You all right?
Yeah, I'm kind of fine. Actually, no, I've enjoyed it today. It's been good.
Yeah, me too.
Lovely.
Sort of.
Thanks.
Knackered.
Sort of, yes. Yes, knackered, but knackered can be good sometimes.
Yeah, especially when we've got a nice bottle of wine to drink later on.
Oh, yeah, lovely.
Yeah.
John, what can I do for you, Governor?
Well, the worst actor in Britain.
You know what to do. Say it and wait for the drums.
That's it.
Oh, well, you've got to say it properly. I believe the worst actor in Britain is...
I believe the worst actor in Britain is... Hugh Grant.
Oh, really?
Yes. He's a chair.
He is indeed a chair. Yes, that's true. He's rubbish. He's definitely rubbish. He shouldn't be as successful and as big as he is. But he's the worst actor in Britain?
Yes, definitely.
Liz Hurley's fit, isn't she?
She is, but she can't act either.
Well, she's. I would say she's worse than Hugh Grant in the acting stakes.
That is true. So maybe I can change my mind.
You certainly can. Okay, say it again.
I believe the worst actor in Britain is... Elizabeth Hurley.
Thank you very much, sir. Jackie's in the Beckenham.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Jackie.
Hello, Ian.
How are you doing, my dear? You right?
Yeah, not too bad.
You sound... you got a bit of a cough, have you?
Only a slight one because of my asthma.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what I've got? I've had this about the last 10 days. I keep having to clear my throat. I've got a little just having to keep doing that.
Yeah.
It feels like I've been smoking. I don't smoke, but it feels like that... We're going to be celebrating the magic of smoking this week as well, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Are you a smoker, Jackie?
No, not anymore.
Oh, no, you've stopped. How long have you stopped for now?
I think it's nearly 3 weeks on Thursday, I think.
Oh, well, don't be listening this week, because we are going to be saluting, fags.
Oh.
And you don't want to, 3 weeks is excellent work, so well done there.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, the subject of drinking...
Yes.
I think it's a good idea, for 13 and a half.
Yes. It makes sense.
Although I was a late drinker myself, but when my uncle used to come round and that, I used to sneak a few drinks and that.
Of course.
You know, it's not a bad idea, though.
It's a set. People, I've had so many stroppy emails. Oh, you're really bad. You're encouraging young people to drink. Young people drink anyway. I'm not encouraging anything. I'm just trying to make it legal, make it a decent, safe system for them to go boozing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, as long as they make sure that they drink sensibly and everything.
Yes,
Should
yes.
be alright.
Yeah!
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying, bruv? It should be alright, bruv, for 13 and a half years to go drinking, bruv. Thank you, my friend.
Ian, before you go...
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, I mean, before I go...
Yes, before you go, yes.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know this is the wrong way round about beating up and everything.
Yes.
But,
What's the idea? Hang on.
although somebody used to pick me, somebody started picking me at lunchtime when I was at school and everything.
Yeah.
So he kept doing it, and I thought...
Yeah.
And I decided, right, if you do it once more, I'm gonna do you in. So he did it once more, and I did him in.
You did him in?
Permanently.
You killed someone?
No. I just did him in.
Permanently?
He was injured for life.
I am Chris from the Sudbury Hill, and breaking the law is illegal. Don't do it, kid.
Or adults. You know what we need after something as shocking as that? We need a little bit of good times. Ka-dang-a-dang, 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 ka-dang-a-dang. Woo-hoo, yeah! Abby's in the South Kensington.
Gadang, gadang.
Gadang, gadang, my friend.
I was dancing to that.
Man, I was dancing like a mad... Well, actually, I was pretending... For some strange reason, I was pretending I was taming a lion. In my head...
Why?
I don't know, it just felt like... It felt like, hang on. Imagine you're holding a chair, and you've got a whip. Get that! Yeah, you tame lions with a chair, Chris. You hold a chair. You know about this, Helen, behind the... You hold a chair. Agent Chris is going, why a chair? That's what lion tamers use, a chair and a whip. They're the industry standard for lion taming.
Why the LBC are we talking about this?
Because you brought it up, Abby.
No, I flipping didn't.
Well, what do you... Oh, man, this has gone bad. This has turned bad. That's like a bad wound that won't stop weeping.
Sorry.
Weeping wound, why do you cry? Okay, yes, Abby, hello.
Wound could cry. Anyway, I was going to talk about drinking.
Yeah.
I think you are right.
Come on. And you've got a sensible voice, so you know this makes sense.
My voice is a bit not very good at the moment.
Why, what's wrong? You've been shouting a lot.
What's wrong with it? No, I've had my best friend staying with me at the weekend.
Uh-oh, and she's stolen your voice?
And we've been laughing lots, but...
your voice sounds good.
It sounds awful.
Yes. Oh, Todd Carty is a rubbish actor, says Lisa from the Epsom. Yes, he was rubbish. Don't cry.
I'm not crying.
Oh, you're laughing. It's a laugh.
It is, it's a laugh.
So you think, I've got 13 and a half, it's sensible, isn't it?
Yeah. The reason I think it is because there's always a much stronger incentive to do something when you can't do it. So if you make it legal, then they won't do it as much.
The novelty will wear off.
Exactly.
They'll stop boozing, they'll stop being obnoxious, they'll learn their limits.
They won't stop, but they'll do it in moderation.
They'll do it. Drink in moderation. That's the message that I think we should be sending today. Some woman's going to complain to Ofcom about me.
What?
Because I'm talking about this.
Oh, flipping Henry.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a life.
Yeah, get a life. Get a life. 08709090973. Ian, I'm originally from Malaysia. There is no drinking age there. However, you must be 18 to purchase alcohol. Clubs and pubs welcome children with their parents with proof of ID and have a children's seating section for teenagers who may have the occasional Shirley Temple from Kumari from the Greenwich. Kumari's a good name. My first one should be called Kumari. Karen in the Boreham Wood.
Hello.
You've got a direct hotline to me, but I do have to pay the rent.
Pardon?
Can you stay there?
Right, no. Talk to me now, because it's otherwise very, very expensive.
OK, I'm 2 seconds late for the adverts, 3 seconds late, 4 seconds.
I thought you'd miss me. I've been away for so long.
I miss you, but I've got to do this. Bromsgrove Electrical Suppliers, totally... Hello, we did miss you.
I know, and I missed you too, and I must send you those pictures.
Oh, yeah, where the hell are those goddamn pictures?
I'm very unreliable.
I still not found the charger for my camera, so the 4 pictures I took, I can't get them off my camera.
Right, I'm going to send them out to you tonight.
That's very kind of you. Are you still with your boyfriend?
I am.
Ah, never mind.
Thank you.
Never mind.
What?
Nothing.
No. Did you have a nice Christmas?
It was all... Oh, gosh, that was about a year ago. Yeah, it was all right. It's done and dusted now.
Eh?
Did you have a good Christmas?
I had a brilliant Christmas, thank you, yes.
What was the best present you got, please?
Going to Lapland, really, I guess.
Yeah.
That really was.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, my daughter's saying, oh, thanks. The books that my daughter bought me and the hand cream was the best present that I had.
That's what you should be saying, Karen, for goodness sakes.
It was the best present I had.
But really, Lapland was better, wasn't it?
Lapland, absolutely.
Hand cream is rubbish.
Sorry?
Hand cream is a rubbish present to get someone.
Rubbish. She must think I'm really old.
No, don't say it out loud.
Hey,
She's not supposed to hear that bit.
No, it was my most favourite hand cream.
Brilliant. Karen, I've got to move on. Bless you, it's good to talk to you. Keep calling. Jeff is in the Isleworth.
Hello, Matty.
Hello, Jeff.
Oh, yeah, I've got a bad actor for you.
Give us it.
Okay, the worst actor in Britain is...
This is a very long... there's no way of making it shorter. There you go.
Worst actor is Mike Reid.
You did it. Oh, you did it again, Mike Reid. Hey, Draco. What? No, I'm doing Pete Bill. Hang on. Hello, Pat. I know that we're both too fat. But
or anyone in the Vic, mate.
Yeah, the whole of EastEnders. They should be banned from acting because it's all atrocious.
Well, that's it. Mike Reid's a good comic, but then again, he also did that runaround thing years ago.
Runaround.
Run around now, man.
Runaround was good. Yeah, magic. Of course, Runaround was good.
Yeah, and the only other thing you remember him from EastEnders was Pat. Oh, Pat.
What was Mike Reid's number one hit single?
Oh, blimey. Off the top of my head, I can't remember it. I've got the tune, but I can't remember the words.
Well, give us the tune then.
Oh, I can't even remember.
You don't have the tune, do you? You're just saying that to try and sound
I
cool.
know the B-side. No, I don't.
Get off. It was The Ugly Duckling. Number one hit single with The Ugly Duckling. Yes, Agent Chris. You don't even know what 3 and 1 is, so you're not going to know that. OK, listen, I don't want any more calls. Now, we'll take from... doing really camp hand gestures. Don't want any more calls. Very camp hand gestures today. There's something in it. OK, after 6 o'clock, we'll play Guy's clip in the first quarter, I think. It'd be nice just to get that going. After 6 o'clock, we're going to take your calls straight to air. It's not technically Triple M. You can do pretty much... Oh, quick, there's about my car being clamped. Quick, open that email. We're not in Marco's car park. I don't know what that means. Bless you, Emma. Emma, I thought was away until next week. That's what the... Anyway, sorry. Anyway, we'll move on. From 6:30, 6 o'clock, it's not Triple M, but we will be taking your calls straight to air. Remember, there is a 7-second delay. Sometimes it's 10 seconds. So don't swear, because we will dump you, and we will blacklist you from the entire station. You can call in and doss around and do nonsense, or you can talk about lowering the drinking age, telling us who the worst actor is, and reasons you got beaten up. Also, after 6 o'clock... who have I... yes. And also, we'll be playing, probably about 6:10, the new clip from the guy in Neasden. That is his name. Guy in the Neasden. It's a brilliant reworking of a Barry in the Watford Call. Sorry, this is sounding really shambolic. I'm just going to stop talking now.